President-elect Trump meeting with the TikTok CEO. The meeting taking place ahead of a possible U.S. ban on the video sharing app next month, again, if they don't sell to an American buyer. Trump trying to ban the app in 2020. It was blocked by the courts, but he's since changed his position. And in fact, even saying yesterday he had a warm spot for TikTok because it was able to help him throughout the campaign, connect with the youth voters. Corey, will we have TikTok in the second Trump administration?
You know, it's a great question. You know, the president, what he said yesterday was TikTok was one of those devices that allowed him to connect with the younger generation, which he won overwhelmingly. So I understand why he wants to keep it. But there is also a concern of the U.S. being spied on by the Chinese. We know the Chinese run this. We know that they have nefarious plans for us. And so the president, from what I understand, is TikTok is going to be banned in the United States on January 19th, unless Donald Trump comes in and changes that and gives them a pass. So we'll see what the president does. There's some real concerns about privacy, what they're doing to our young children, and their ability to control the algorithm, which is where a lot of people are getting their information from these days. So there's real concerns from the privacy side, from Capitol Hill side, and the president wants to make sure that our children are protected.
Corey, I'm going to go back to the drones just for a beat. When the president-elect spoke about this, he also made a throwaway statement of, I'm not going to Bedminster, New Jersey, where we know that he has a residence at as well, citing, again, these drone sightings or apparent drone sightings there in New Jersey, specifically at one point somewhere at or above Bedminster, New Jersey. Can you confirm? I mean, have you talked to the president-elect about this? Does he actually have concern about going back to Bedminster, New Jersey, or was he just speaking in the moment?
Look, I don't want to get in front of a private conversation I've had with the president. But that being said, you know, the president loves to spend his time in New Jersey, as you know. Right now, he's down in Mar-a-Lago. There are some concerns that we don't really know, or the government is not sharing what is going on with these drones. And so we don't understand why the government doesn't want to be forthright. I don't believe what the government is saying, that these are just, pleasure craft that are being flown. That's very, very surprising to us. And this government, specifically the Biden administration, has a history of lying to us, particularly as it related to the spy balloons, which we know have flown over this country on multiple occasions, that they refused to tell us what was going on. And if we're going to believe Admiral Kirby, we know he hasn't been forthright about this either. So, look, the American people, law enforcement officials are concerned. U.S. senators are concerned. There is a briefing today on Capitol Hill about it. The government should come out and tell us what's really going on, because it's their obligation to inform the American people.
Yeah. As we search for answers in that, the president-elect continues to fill out his cabinet and appoint top positions. Their rumor mill is swirling about what could be next for Florida Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz, reportedly a top contender to lead the Federal Emergency Management Agency, better known as FEMA, for Trump. If appointed, he'd be the highest-ranking Democrat in the Trump administration. Any truth to this rumor, Corey? Can you confirm?
Well, I will tell you, rumors are exactly what they are, as rumors. You know, Congressman Moskowitz, prior to becoming a congressman, served as the FEMA director for the state of Florida. So obviously he has experience in this realm. That being said, my understanding that there have been no direct conversation with the congressman. I understand the allure of this, which is potentially taking someone out of Congress in a district which historically elects Republicans, to increase that majority. But I have nothing new to report on this at this time.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.